Welcome, everyone. Yay! It is full moon in Cancer here in 2022. I almost said 2021, but I caught myself. How many of y'all done that for a long time already? And we are here on our next stopover in the Vision Quest journey. So I'm really thrilled to be here with you today. So as we begin, let's open our circle. And you know, we enjoy doing this. I'm going to put up the crystal grid. So you just begin breathing, taking in some nice deep breaths, allowing yourself to begin to arrive. Beautiful. And I invite you to place your hands in the prayer pose. Taking a deep breath in and just exhaling with a nice Feels so good to be here. And on your next inhale and exhale, allow your fingers to fall forward, pointing away from your body, and spread them apart, imagining you are parting a curtain. We're actually parting the time-space continuum. And hold them out as far as is comfortable for you. And notice that out past your left hand is the past, and out past your right hand is the future. And that here in between your hands is a lovely space of now. This particular moment in time, separated out from the hush and the rush and the bustle of normal time. Surrendering all to source energy to be tended to while you're here. Kind of feeling the relief of that. And as you return your hands back into prayer pose, just feeling this space settle around you. Maybe it's a soft mantle or a warm sweater. Taking another deep breath in, releasing it with a sigh. Feeling your shoulders relax and drop even more. Maybe your hips are even beginning to feel heavy as they are here weighted down into whatever you're sitting on, grounding you in so we can play here. Just allowing this moment to feel delicious. Calling in our circle. Calling in all of those who love us unconditionally, our guides, our protectors, our angels, our spirit guides, all of the entities you work with. They love you unconditionally. They are welcome in our circle. Calling in all of our sisters, those who are here live, welcome, welcome, welcome. Those who are here in spirit, welcome, welcome, welcome. And all of those who are gathering around the edges of the fire, peering in and wondering who we are and what we're doing here. These are our future members. They're being called in by our light, called to awaken, called to come to their seat in the circle, and we welcome them. As you are here in the sacred circle, noticing the energies of your sisters, the energies of all that is, the energies of all of the guides and the guards who are here with us, playing with us, loving on us, comforting us, strengthening us, and urging us forward. Yes, there is that role that they play. At full moon, this is our opportunity to put grudges, upsets, things that separate us from others, to lay all that down, to put it all away. The letting bygones be bygones. And as you've been working through your vision quest, things may have come up for you that you realize, wow, I've been hanging on to that for a minute. You know, I'm just not going to take that to 2022 with me. So as we're here in the circle, if you would like, and it feels good for you, just imagine that we're all standing around the fire. And we're going to chant Ho'oponopono to energetically clear. And I'm going to invite you, if you have a bygone, whatever words you want to put on it, if you have some of those that you are just done with, even if they don't feel resolved to your satisfaction, even if you think that the other person really ought to fix something, let's just let it go. I'm going to invite you during our Ho'oponopono to just take a half a step forward and toss that into the fire, fully trusting that as you release it, as you let it go, as you get your hands off of it, that source energy thank you. I love you. All spoken to the divine, not spoken to another human. And the phrases are interchangeable. They don't have to be in that order. So I'm usually guided to change them. So when I do, it's cool. And if you'd like to speak it aloud as well, or speak it in your heart, that's beautiful. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Thank you. Allowing yourself to free yourself from any burdens that you carry, any angst that you hold, any frustrations you have toward another, toward a situation, toward an unfairness, toward an ugliness and a hatefulness. Anything within you that you want the universe to handle, toss it into the fire. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Mushalima da ha ha ha. Nyapola lelini di pakarade. Esene he he he. O kanalale. Yalla mo kanadala yititi. Esete pukara. Shililia lala kutamarada. We, the divine, honor your willingness to let go. Nishini diapo nanakatapo yamaha. We know that you have been hurt. Shilialalele wukumadada. Feel our arms around you now. Turuolalini dikikiyanada. Yaba kanala. If you were unable to throw this into the fire, see if you can place it in my hand. This is precious to you. It's very, very important to you. It's precious to your heart, and we honor you. Yamata ha ha shi ini ha ha kukamaha yalabo kanada. We will take this burden, darling. We will hold it close to our heart. We will heal it. Ishi shi 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 moko karada. Pula la linia ha ha konate elele oholalada yana karada. Yes, we feel that as you take this and place it in our hands, it is leaving a hole in you, a hole where this has sat, a hole that has taken up space within your heart. Feel our hand here on your chest, filling that hole with love, sweet, golden, liquid love, flowing into your heart and closing that wound. Yamahala ete ganarauda. Fuana hale ishinia nyakana pala leiti yitemo tilia tokonatu shanohoho chi yamahada u. You are our beloved. We adore you. We will care for you. We will care for this that you have placed in our hands with utmost love and care. No hukoshimi hihi ha nada. Koliana haha kineti sitiana hu. I'm just imagining this energy leaning in and kissing you on the forehead. And as we, with great reverence and gentleness, return to our seats around the fire, feeling the holiness of this moment, feeling the cleansing and the clearing and the healing. Blessings to you, Divine One, for visiting with us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Taking a deep breath in, as much as possible, returning to the room in which you're sitting. Although it feels like it'd be nice just to stay here for the rest of our time. We do have things to do. Beautiful. Thank you, my friends. Well, we are here on the occasion of the full moon in Cancer. And although I was tempted to do a separate recording of the information, it plays and flows in so beautifully to what we're going to be doing that I was guided to bring it to you here. So this is the first full moon of the year. It's at 27 degrees Cancer. And this is the fourth consecutive full moon at 27 degrees. So with the universal year being a 6, the concurrent new moon, meaning the new moon that matches this full moon, remember 2 weeks ago, was at 12 degrees, which reduces to 3. And now this 27, which reduces to 9, we have a complete 3-6-9 numerological triad. This is the code of love and creativity. And with the 17 calendar date, this full moon also awakens the number of immortality, 7 and 1 reduced to 8. And 17 ensures that the energy you play with and the project you nurture at this time will leave behind some kind of legacy in your life. Now that is exciting as we're going to be vision casting today. Cancer, of course, is ruled by the moon and has the need to feel safe. So belonging, protection, and security are in the forefront. Cancer describes your internal frame of reference. Couple important aspects during this full moon. Pluto is conjunct to the sun, which is calling for the purging of the old and activating empowerment, which will lead to renewal and rebirth. And Neptune is trine the moon, bringing in the component of spiritual service, helping you to nurture your destiny. Then the added bonus of the double retrograde, both Mercury and Venus are amping up the energy of this full moon. Very, very exciting. So I am going to invite you to share questions, ahas, things that have come up for you in the Vision Quest. Whatever is going on that you want to share with us, or if you have any questions or any comments about what Sophia brought forward for us. Amy, I'm gonna call on you because I know something that you told me today. And I'm like, I don't think you recognize what you just did. So share with us your Dahlia story.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know when I realized it. You know, it's one of those things you just wake up and you're like, oh, right. So I'm getting into flower farming, and my goal for 2022 is to really go all in and put in all of the flowers that I want or that I want to start with and grow more of over time, like increase my quantity of plants. And at the end of the fall, I was like, I'm going to get into dahlias. It's going to be great. Everybody's doing it. And as I look back now, like I'm just realizing it right now, like right up the road, there are two other women that are growing dahlias, cut flowers, and one drives down to New York City and sells them at farmers markets and the whole nine. And there's also a florist that is down there too. So there's three women in flowers in my neighborhood. And I just kept finding that, like, hearing this nudge, feeling this like inkling, do different, do different. And I was like, what is do different? Like, I love all the flowers. I love dahlias. And then I woke up the other morning and I was like, dahlias are not my jam. They're not my thing. I like them. They're beautiful. I love having them on my kitchen table, but they're not the flower that I love to grow. I love growing roses because there's so much less work and nobody around here is doing them. There's a need for them because I'm like, okay, my ideal client wants to be able to purchase flowers wholesale grown locally. And as I got thinking about it, I was like, wow, I always hit a ton of resistance when I'm growing dahlias. I never hit that resistance with roses. And the more I dive into roses, I'm like, these are really easy. And everybody has always told some story about how complicated and finicky roses are, and they are not. You don't have to dig them up, you don't have to divide them. The only care that they need is they need a winter pruning. So they need one haircut in the winter, and that's not even finicky. And you need to deadhead them so you have flowers all season long. And then the only other rule is you need to give them 3 years to establish before you can actually start taking cuttings for flowers off them. And I got thinking about this and I was like, I love that. I love the ease of them. I love that they give me a reason to go out in the snow and cut them back and do farming in the winter. And when it came to dahlias, I felt like it never bloomed fully for me until October. And so I only got to enjoy them for a month. And I always felt this trepidation with cutting them. Like, if I cut this one, am I going to have enough blooms? Because I only have a month for them to be in bloom. And there's all this like, ugh, like just thick stuff that came up every time I was like looking at my dahlias. I'd be like, hurry up and bloom, hurry up. Like, we're running out of time. We're running out of time. And then I would go down the street and I'd be like, flowers have been in full bloom for like 6 weeks. What is going on a quarter mile up the road? Because you can't tell me it's climate. And I was just, then I like looked over to my roses in June and I was like, oh my gosh, they're prolific. There's so many of them. And they didn't stop blooming. Like, they start in June and they go all the way through. They bloom longer than my dahlias did. And I was like, oh, that's some interesting intuitive guidance right there. I think I will build off that. And every time I look at pictures of roses or like vases full of roses, there's a feeling that I get that I don't get with dahlias or other flowers. I'm like, wow, those flowers are really pretty. But the roses, I'm like, no, I need to have those as much as possible all the time because they're so gorgeous and they just elicit this feeling of sacred beauty.
Mm-hmm.
No rose is alike. There's so many different types of blooms. There's so many color variations. There's so much creativity and inspiration for me when I look at a rose. When I look at a rose, it inspires me. When I look at a dahlia, it doesn't inspire me. It's pretty, and I think they're super cool, but I don't get the same inspired feelings.
Mhm.
So that's what I came across. And I think what I'm leaving behind for 2022 is anything that makes me feel like the process is finicky, or that I need to be finicky, or that I need to like do all these steps and make sure I do it just right. And if I don't do it just right, it's gonna fail. Or if I don't say the right thing at the right time, somebody's gonna like come after me and cut me down. And I think it goes back, we were having a conversation about credibility. Like when I grow roses, I just feel credible. I feel like I know what I'm doing. When I grow dahlias, I don't feel credible. I don't have a desire to like go learn more. But with roses, I have a desire to be like, okay, I know all this basic stuff. What's the next level?
Mhm.
And
I
like,
love it.
yeah. And so like, I thought last winter, I was like, oh, I have climbing roses. They don't need to be pruned. Well, I just learned this morning, actually, I can prune them and it will improve their blooming rate this summer. And I'm like, all right, February, hurry up and get here.
So
Let's
what I
go.
loved was, Amy was sharing the story with me, and I went, okay, so, and I love how you've expanded on it. So the initial was, what am I leaving behind in 2022, which is, one of our quest prompts. It's dahlia farming. And then to go, okay, so why am I leaving that behind? And now all these nuances have come up. They're too finicky. They don't fit my lifestyle. They don't turn me on. They don't inspire me and excite me. And so, okay. So I wanted Amy to share that because that's what we're looking for. Like when we're working through the prompts and things, we're tempted sometimes to just fill in the blank. And I was actually sharing with someone the other day. I haven't done mine. I'm not done. So if you're still working on yours, you're not late. That's why we have this whole 3-month time, because it's a process. And with the winter and the slowdown and hello, no holidays till the 14th of February. If you celebrate that, it's still not a gigantic deal. We've got time now to really be with ourselves and to see. So anyone else want to share anything that's come up for you that was an aha that you're excited about?
I have a huge aha.
Oh, yay.
Really huge. For the last couple of months, I really felt pregnant with a new business idea coming up.
Mhm.
So before Christmas, I felt like 5th, 6th month pregnant. Then beginning of January, it felt like 8th, 9th month. And then last Monday, the baby was born. The baby looked into my face and it said, I'm done. And this was all this business idea about the divine feminine.
Mhm.
And so when it looked into my eyes, it was like it wanted to tell me, you have incorporated all of that. This was just for you. There's no need to create a business around it.
Mm.
And so you sent this newsletter out about patterns and thought patterns, and I danced around the idea, what if I let go of the idea I need to be successful in my business, and I just drop it? And I decided to drop it.
Woohoo!
Now I let all this hustle and stuff behind me. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm all in me is preparing for moving to Crete. So there's just no room. It only stresses me out. And if it wants to come back, very welcome. I will still do intuitive art sessions. I'm creating something to promote those more because it's just a lot easier, and I will let go of all the rest. And I feel so good. And Rose, we talked about that somewhere in September or October, but had I dropped it then, it would have been in frustration. And so I gave birth to this baby, and the baby said, yes, it's all well, but you don't have to care for me anymore.
Oh,
So perfect.
I'm so excited. Yay. So I'm hearing a theme here, and I've got a little of it going on myself with we're just being called to ease
Yes.
and really really being available to what delights and inspires us, and that whatever that is enough.
Yeah.
We've spent too many decades pleasing other people and second guessing ourselves and wondering if what we're doing should be whatever. And now it's just like we're just going, no. Yeah, no. I am so excited. Oh, wonderful. Anyone else have anything to share before we move into the vision casting piece?
I have something. So, for I don't know how long, certainly over a year, I've been holding myself back from moving forward with my business because I was afraid of the sales tax issue, collecting and remitting sales tax. And it has been just on my mind and heavy, heavy, heavy. And I finally just contacted the people that I feel like they handle it the best. And I said, okay, I'm done with what I've been doing. I was trying to fit your thing into mine. Now I'm just going to throw away everything that I have to do with my marketing and just tell me what I can do. And they said, well, who do you have? What do you do your business with? And I told them, and they said, oh, Monday we're launching with them. And so what I've already experienced can go with this. And this was announced 6 years ago. And I've been calling these people and calling them. And they just, nobody could give me a date. And it literally, it's available today. So I spent the entire night last night up. I redid my website. I've got my marketing plan. I've got all these things, and I'm just ready to launch. And it can be international. It can be whatever. All these things that were scaring me because I just don't like to be messed up with the tax boards. So, so anyway, so I'm letting go of all that anxiety over doing it wrong, and just jumping into knowing that exactly at the right time I need it, it'll be there. And it also confirms for me that prior to this time, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There is that, isn't
There
it?
is that.
And so that's what, to me, as we feel into that, because that's so important. When there is a place for when we bump into something, which if it's like we're trying to expand our comfort zone, and we've got a little bit of to move through that. That's not what we're talking about. But when we're trying to do something, or we're feeling into something we're supposed to be doing, and it just won't come, what if we could go, okay, fine. It's kind of like if you take the towel off the bread and it's not rised, you don't go, come on, bread. Well, maybe you do. Come on, dahlias bloom. But what if normally you would just put the blanket down or the towel back over it and go, well, that's interesting. I'll just let it rise some more. And if we could move through life, is it time for me to work on this? We're speaking to our guidance, and it's like, not yet. We go, okay. And we just move over to the next thing. But we have this habit of, no, I wanted to work on that now. This is what I've got to do right now. In fact, I got 15 people telling me this is what I have to do right now. So come on. What's wrong with me? Why can't I get this together? And the universe is just like, we're still working on it. So as we learn to lighten up, and as we learn to hear our soul and hear our inspiration, we're going to know the difference between, okay, comfort zone stretching out here. Yeah, let's get that done. and it's not time to work on this yet. And you're going to intuitively know, and that was another piece, it came up in the recording I did, which I'll post for you, around the gates, is again, how many times has this popped up this whole year? Divine timing. And how when we try to push divine timing, we are fouling ourselves up. So yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Kathleen. I'm so excited for you. Anyone else have anything? Beautiful. So I'm gonna get everybody to mute. We're going to work now, begin working on the vision casting. Now this is going to, like so many things we do, it's going to look exactly like a vision board, but that's okay. It's a little bit different. Normally in a vision board, you have an idea. Okay, we're going to use Amy this second. I'm going to do roses. So she's going to go find pictures of roses, pictures of people wholesaling roses, anything to do with having a bang up success. Oh, hang on one second. A bang up successful rose business. And that's her vision board, because she created the vision board to remind her of where she's going. In this vision casting process, we are going to, as much as possible, have a blank slate, and we're just going to look for inspiration. Now, I can almost guarantee you that in the inspiration pictures that Amy pulls, there will be roses. Of course there will. But there's the difference between this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go get pictures to remind me of it, because this is what I'm going to do. And, ooh, what does the universe have for me this year? Where are we going together? How are we going to play? What are we going to bring forward? And just allowing those pictures to come to you so that you have a visual representation of this. I know some of you have collected pictures on Pinterest, and I am the magazine girl. So I got my magazines. Y'all are going to die laughing about that. I'll share my story in a second. So whatever medium you want to play in is perfectly fine. And then I will be posting, I didn't do it now first because we want to do this process, but I will be putting up those bonus vision board templates that you got. There are ones in PowerPoint, which are not as easy to use, and then the ones in Canva. So if you're not familiar with Canva, that's another story. We can work on that, but it uses the free version where you upload your pictures and then pull them over, and they automatically pop into these frames. So when you see them, it'll go, oh, I know what she's talking about now. Right now, it's so abstract. It's like, don't worry about it. So I'll put those up for you, but we want to do this process first so that we can pull it in. So are there any questions around this at this moment? I think it's pretty simply explained, but y'all know me, I go off on a tangent sometimes. All right, so what we're going to do to begin this process is I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Take another deep breath in. Again, deep breath. Out with a sigh. Allowing your shoulders to relax. Allowing that beautiful, heavy feeling there in your hips as you begin grounding into Mother Earth. As we're stable here in Mother Earth, we can go up higher and higher. And from here, we're going to expand our energy out into the Akasha. You know, the Akasha is the Akashic field. It's those terms. We're just going to shorten it and use it as the Akasha. So we're going to expand out. Y'all have all done this before, so we'll take giant leaps and just move ourselves there. So taking a deep breath in, allow your energy field, not your auric field, your energy field to expand out until it completely fills the room in which you're seated. And it'll do it just because you're asking it to. Just feel it do that. And another deep breath in. And allow your field to expand out until it completely encompasses, almost like in a little bubble, your property, where you find yourself in this moment, the edges of your yard, your entire building, all of that. Just let it expand out that far. Another big breath in. Allow your energy to expand all the way out until it encompasses your country. And then again, we're going to expand all the way out. Deep breath. Out until your energy encompasses the entire earth. And as we kind of, our energies see each other there. Hello, hello, hello. And we pause here just a moment to look back at Mother Earth with great deep love and gratitude. If you want to imagine it like the image that the astronauts took from space, the blue ball. It's our home here where we're playing with duality and we're learning so much and our souls are expanding every moment. And we just send waves of love to Mother Earth. Taking another deep breath, expand your energy out, 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 out until it encompasses all of the Milky Way, the known cosmos. Beautiful. And one final time, we're going to expand out until we reach past anything that's known by humanity, until we reach all the way out into the Akasha. This space where there is no space, this space where all that is, where all are one. This beautiful space, which you can visit at any time. You just need to expand your energy out there. And when we return, you can leave as much of your energy there as you like. But at this moment, leave your energy and just allow yourself to bring up within your imagination, your mind's eye, a beautiful scene of how your spot in the Akasha looks to you, how it feels to you, the sights and the sounds, the colors, the smells. This is like one of the most beautiful places that your soul can be. Just finding yourself here and totally relaxing. You may want to sit or lay down, whatever you want to do. I'm always sitting at the base of a beautiful tree, leaning against it. There's grass and flowers and a babbling brook and a beautiful warm sun overhead. Beautiful. And as you find yourself here, you're noticing the energies coming toward you. By now you recognize them, that they are you. There's your present self. There's your past self. There's your future self. And then our favorite queen, your next self. And they've all come to gather with you here today in this beautiful spot. Your past self is sharing with you how excited they are that they contributed to who you are in this moment. How humbled they are that even all of the missteps and the stumbles and the falls that they made didn't deter you at all. And they're proud of all the honoring them, thanking them. They were brave out there in the wild and rugged frontier. And as you rise from this bow of honoring, you notice that your future self and your next self are bowing to you and your past self. They're honoring you and your bravery. They are honoring the steps that you're taking, steps that you're fixing to take, because this is what has created them. This little conglomerate here of energies is you. It is you, your authentic self, all of you, who you really are. Knowing that to live here, life on planet Earth, we have to differentiate ourselves and pull away from this group. But what we've discovered now is that we can bring our authenticity and who we really are with us back to play and grow and live and don't have to cut ourselves off. And we understand that we have never actually been cut off. It was just part of the game we played to think that we were. And now that part of the game is over, and yay, because now we fully own who we are. And as we sit here with those energies, our future self, tomorrow, next day, 2022, and our next self, that part of us that is so expanded and so amazing and so awesome, we barely even recognize it. We can just feel the energy flowing toward us. We're having a little confab here about what is the, let us use the word, what is the easiest way to navigate and live and love and produce and be happy in 2022 that will be the straightest line to you next self. We've played the game of going around and around and around and around the mulberry bush, and we're just ready to let's go in a straight line. So what is our path? What are the directions that we need for 2022? A touchstone, a visual reminder of what we're doing and where we're going, just in this little container of time of 2022. So sitting here with all of your energy, you may get some information. You may simply feel good. You may get some visual ideas. If you don't have your word of the year, your energy of the year, you may receive that now. So just allow whatever comes to you to come, and know that it is perfect for you right here, right now. Knowing that we will be back to visit with your next self as our last stop in the journey. And that you can call upon this energy at any time. So receiving what you're receiving, feeling what you're feeling. Mm. Your soul, represented by your past, present, future selves, is rising now. They're inviting you to come back here to your human body, bringing this information with you. And as you bid them adieu, they again bow to you in honor. You are loved and adored. Your bravery at being on the leading edge of humanity is honored, accepted, recognized, and supported. So as you begin to pull your energy back into the room in which you are seated, you only need enough here to enliven your physical body so you can think and flip through pictures and glue and all that fun stuff. The rest of your energy can remain expanded out. Beautiful. And as you return here to the room, wiggling your toes, wiggling your nose, moving your fingers and arms, coming fully back into your body. You might want to capture any information. I like to write this just on the base where I'm going to build my vision casting board. And then underneath all my pictures is this written information that I received. So as we begin here, playing in our pictures, having fun, does anyone have anything they received they'd like to share? This can, sometimes this stuff comes up and it's like, yes.
I can share.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
So what came really clear is I will become who I am becoming as my future self and setting myself up for my next future self by writing my book. And I will be it before it gets published. In fact, it doesn't even have to get published because it's through the process of the writing that I am becoming that.
Beautiful. And do you mind sharing with everyone the shift from when you felt that you had to be something else before you could write the book? I remember you saying that. I need to be to write this book. And now I'm hearing you say, I'm going to become by writing the book.
Right. I knew that who I was a year ago or 2 years ago when I started putting the content together was not the person I need to be to complete the book, to write this book the way it really needs to be. And I also thought that, well, I just had this knowing that the process of going through it was going to lead me to the expansion of being a different person. And yeah, I think every week I am becoming a different person through
Yeah.
writing this book.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. So I wanted to share with y'all because Amy will laugh. So y'all know my word is delight. So I went to pull, oops, sorry, I got a dangle for Christmas and it gets in the way. This is a magazine. I had not even taken the plastic off. I didn't even know it was here. They come, I keep them. I guess I'm like a collector of Magnolia magazine. And so I'm looking for what I wanted to play with today. And this whole book is on delight. Now, I don't cut mine up. I keep them. So I then made copies. Where is she? Because she's here. So I made a copy so that I can have the words and things. But in this book there's a whole article about these hands have held delight. The world sees hands wrinkled by time, but what have they held? Delight in the everyday routine. The more you know delight, the more you train your mind to see it everywhere. So this entire book has confirmed my word of the year, which is the delight. So I'm already, for me, my vision casting is let's expand on what delight really means. That's what I'm being called for. And then I'll find other pictures that I know will surprise and amaze me. But it was just so delightful today that, okay, cool. Delight, yes. So as I'm working here, y'all work on yours. If you want to show your screen, that's fine. Whatever makes you happy. When we play here, when we're at the art part, we just talk while we're working. Normally we're dancing and arting up after dance, but right now we're going to do it this way. So anyone else have a big aha that came up during our trip out to the Akasha? How was that for the new people?
It was interesting for me, Roz, because we started going there and I was like, okay, expand my energy. Done this a million times. I know what we're doing.
Yeah, been there, done that.
And my body was kind of like, well, every part of me was kind of like, I'm doing this for days on end. I already know. And so, like, I went there, but I didn't totally go there. But I was like, oh, what magazines am I going to use? And I had started this vision board for my kitchen right before Christmas, I'd say. And I got looking at it and I was like, okay, I like stopped and like didn't go back to it because I didn't want to. I pull it out now and I'm like, oh, it's not for my kitchen. And I have like pictures of kitchens on here that I want to keep on here, but it's reminding me of like that feeling of when you bring fresh cut flowers in and you put them in your kitchen sink and you arrange them. What's my ultimate kitchen for bringing flowers in? Like, what's that environment? And then right next to my poster board was my 2021 David Austin Rose Handbook.
Ah, yes.
And I literally looked at my whole box of magazines and just said, you can be recycled now. No longer needed. You have run your course with me. It's time for new. Like letting it go, letting them go, and because I was like, oh, shoot. I never ordered my 2022 catalog from David Austin. Well, maybe I'm on their list and I just get it automatically and I'm jumping the gun because I'm excited.
Mhm.
But I love the way they catalog them in this book. And so it's going to be like catalog all the roses I want to get.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Because I look through and I'm always like, oh, I should mark that one down and I should mark that one down. But I'm always afraid to pull the trigger because my mind can't visualize all the different colors.
Right.
So I always just buy pink.
Yeah, we're gonna spread out from that, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. So then I'm like putting them out and I want a tree rose to go, I want a couple of them to go in front of the barn, in between the windows on the barn. And I'm like, I don't want pink, but what color? Like, what color do I want? I don't know. I love all the colors.
Mm-hmm.
But then I ended up, like, the first one I flipped to in this book, I was like, that's the one. And like, I cut it out and now I have it here and I can see it. I don't have to like go and open the book to see
Yes.
it every darn
Yes.
time.
Yes. So for those of you who are new to the process, one of the things that I did it a couple years, I didn't do it several years, and I wish I had. Find something or just use your pen, date this board, because 2 or 3 years from now, you're gonna go, oh my God, that was the best year. I know what I did. What year was it? And the years that I've put the date on it, so I'm lucky. I found this. It's going on the board. The years that I did date it, it is so great to just look at it and go, oh yeah, because I really can see it. So here's, like, I'm just going through this book. We know my word is delight. We know I'm going to be using some of those other things, but here I just bounced this one. Now, yeah, of course I thought of Amy with the seeds and things, but fertile ground. I'm like, yeah, yes. So I'm pulling that out. Does not mean I will use all this, but I'm pulling it out. Rested and radiant. How delightful would that be? So that's coming out. So that's how I find what I keep, I keep saying, just intuitively, whatever you go, yes, pop it out, and then you'll be able to play with it. Oh, all right. I don't know what we're doing with this snowy scene at Turkey Hill, but it's coming out to live here. Ooh.
Roz, can I just have a bit of information?
Sure.
I'm not a magazine
Gal. Yes.
person, and I've got some various pictures from on the internet, basically, just things that I liked. And I've never done one of these before. So I'm just not.
Sure. Well, what would probably help is, let me show you last year's. So is it in the, yeah. All right. So this was my board from last year, and you notice there is no date. So I'm going to go find a 2021 and put it on here. But these things just called to me. So then as I pulled them together, joy to the bold. Every year can be a quite extraordinary brand new journey. shine, imagination unboxed, possibility delivered. Your particular skills and abilities can better the world, because at the end of 2020, I was still in that little bit of, if I bring all this forward, do people really want it? Well, yeah, so that's been taken care of. I had 14 options, so pick a horse and ride it was their advice. So see, it's just, and then you just put them out in any way that's aesthetically pleasing to you. So like my farewell to 2020 was very simple. I just found all these things that made it look like a little garden path, and it's, done and done with 2020. Bless its heart. Yeah. So that's all you're looking to do is you could have one picture that you found on Pinterest that when you look at it, it is your exquisite diamond. It just immediately says exquisite diamond. And so you just print that one out and that's it. Or you may have a background picture and then you find some words that describe exquisite diamond to you so that as you look at this, you get that fuller image of it. And we will probably not finish this today. So this is not a project like, come on, chop, chop, get it done. You can continue playing with it all year long. So that's the goal or the end product of what we're working on here. Does that make sense, or you need some more clarity around some of it?
No, that makes sense. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Here's the other one that was really helpful. I don't think anybody could read. She must find a boat and sail in it. No guarantee of shore, only a conviction that what she wanted could exist if she dared to find it. So see, like even just little poems like that, anything that speaks to your heart and your soul of where you're going, the course you're plotting. And then we just put it on the board. What we're doing by putting it on the board, thank you for asking that question, because this is really helping me. We are seeding the field with our soul's desires. And we're doing it visually so that we in our human form can remember, oh yeah, that's what my soul wants. Because we as humans, if we completely lose sight of what our soul wants, as we have all done, we'll bebop around and take on 14 projects that have nothing to do with it. And then we're just over busy, overtired, and we get nothing done. And then we're like, why? Because we forgot to continue to orient on the North Star. And for 2022, this can be a piece of your North Star. Woo, best definition I've ever given on a vision board.
Thanks.
Thank you for asking.
And I'm already done.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! I do it the same way. I do it all the time.
Yes. Can you share yours to give us
Yeah.
all ideas? Oh, vision. Yes, yes. Intuitive art.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So share with us. Can you tell us more about it?
So the first thing I wrote on the paper was Nyotho Monachachapike or Lathayinon. Mein Herz ist gefüllt mit Liebe, my heart is filled with love, and all is well.
Yes, yes, I love that.
From Greek to English. The second thing was freedom and delight. And then I started using, started the intuitive art, and it's, I do it with open eyes, so I can choose the colors, but I was guided to do this. I did a couple of different things, and then it started to move into the spiral. And so I just added the qualities I wanted to have in it. And so
Beautiful. Oh,
that's me.
you are an intuitive art master. I bow
I
to you.
wouldn't say that, but I
I
love the
would.
simplicity of it. It's fun and delight, and this is what I want.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I saw the inside of a shell and it made me think of Crete.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, you will be in Crete in 2022?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
I hope in April, latest in April. I hope hopefully earlier.
Oh, good. Just makes my heart sing.
Yeah, divine timing must just reach the
Yeah.
Greek government that all the papers for the sale are ready.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, and I mean, it's just a testament, and I love watching, like when Amy got her home, and then you're moving country, and watching the manifestation appear before our eyes is just, and I know when you're in the middle of it, it's like, is this ever gonna happen? But for those of us who are on the outside looking in and watching, is just, oh, it's so much fun. So thank you for sharing your journey with us. Hey, Amy, look at this farm in Bedford. Looks like roses to me.
In Bedford. Bedford, where?
It's Martha Stewart's place. It might be
Oh.
Massachusetts.
Oh,
That's her
close
farm.
by.
Yeah.
I can't really see it, but I can tell that it's
Oh,
topiaries and
let's
roses.
see. I can fix it. I can fix that.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
So nice.
All right, we're going to start wrapping up our session here. If you're like me, you're not done, and that is perfectly okay. You have your guidance, and you have a beginning, and you have weeks to work on it. Oh, so what I am going to invite us to do now is to pop out our intuitive art supplies. And we're going to receive, like we do on every full moon, we're going to ask for a message from our higher self. Now, yes, we got plenty. So I was guided to put it this way. asking in our intuitive art a deeper insight into the information that your next selves gave you today, that your soul gave you. So we're just asking for deeper insight, whatever the guides would like to tell us. So I'm going to mute as well, so we're silent, and take care of that. Do your, write out your definitions, and then we'll come back together. Who needs more time? Everybody ready? Beate, would you like to share yours?
I can.
Ooh,
So
there's that spiral again.
yeah. The story I get from this drawing is what you're going to do during this year is going to be expanding your comfort zone. That's the zigzag over the paper in orange, which is expanding comfort zone. Then stay grounded in joy. Yellow is my color of joy. Then there are 3 hearts. We see a red one. We see this tan one, And there is another one in the second up of the up and downs,
Mhm,
which
mhm.
is my color for abundance.
Mm.
And then the spirals are 2 different colors as well. So that means red is the color for action. Love what you do. So I'm removing the, sometimes it disappears. So it means love what you do, or do only what you love, and take time for stillness. This dark gray is my color for stillness, so that it can move into magic.
Oh.
And this heart here is my color for abundance.
Mhm.
So just let it feel abundant what you do. And the third heart is a double color, a muddy color, that is fear and doubt, or also ease and grace. And obviously it's an encouragement to always move back into ease and grace when the fear is coming, and there will be some fear and there will be some doubt.
Sure, sure.
Of course. So it really helps. It's really very
Oh,
clear to me.
gorgeous. And I also see a fourth heart. It's a little white heart created by your second heart there.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's divine, another divine protection. Thank
yes.
you for pointing this out to me.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing it. Oh, I love your drawings. Anyone else want to share theirs? Don't be shy.
I can share mine.
Okay.
Oh, no, I can't share
Well
it.
done.
Sorry. That's all right. So I can tell you about it though. There's
Okay.
it's basically interdimensional,
Mm-hmm.
with all all kinds of spidery lines coming through this portal with lots and lots of big heavy energy.
Mm.
And then on the other side is just clear and wide open. So
Mm.
imagine as you will.
Yes, I can feel it. Yeah. And you have for the last few years moved through all that heavy energy. And so it's I love it.
This actually feels like it's moving forward still. I mean, all that other stuff comes with me through it, but it feels new and unknown
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
exciting.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Yeah. And I loved how in the visualization that we were honored for our stumbles and our falls and our slips and our all the things that when we were in the middle of them, we were beating ourselves up about them. They all got honored. So yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you for almost sharing.
It's
Who
my
else would
pleasure.
like to? Yeah, who else would like to share theirs?
I'll share mine.
Okay.
So mine was very simple. It's a rainbow with 4 colors. It
Mhm.
takes up the majority of the paper, which to me, rainbows are like magical. And I think of the big, I knew that this was going to be like, okay, make it really big, which
Right.
is me expanding my energy out. And the colors, pink to me is soft and love, red,
Mhm.
intense, powerful, and strong, blue, heartfelt joy, and brown, sight and insight. And this would be amazing to live into this year.
Yes. Oh, I love it. And I love the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
Mine's simple as well, but it's powerful for me. So I've got what felt like, so we got a bracket here and a bracket here, which felt like the 2 ends of the year. And then we've got the spiral in the middle. And so it's light blue on this side and ultramarine blue on this side. And blue for me is peace and serenity. And in the center is the yellow spiral, which is calm, sweet, and serene. So I'm taking this as the message that as I delight in everything and only do things that delight me, or if I do have to do something that wouldn't totally delight me, figure out the way to do it in a way that delights me, so that delight encompasses everything. That I'm going to move from this level of serenity and peace that I currently have into a deeper, deeper, deeper level. And I'd say yes for me. So anyone else would like to share their picture and message?
I'll show you.
Oh, we'd love to see it.
That's all right.
Oh,
This is what I got. I cheated slightly. When I looked at it with this, there was an open spot, and an image that I came across in the circle was lighthouse. And then,
yes.
so when I'd finished, I just had to put that light in there. And otherwise, it's just a bit all mixed up, which is how I am a little bit at the moment. So, we've got quite a bit of divinity there and energy. There's a lot of energy with red and orange. It's vibrant.
Yes.
Vibrant.
Hello, vibrant diamond.
Yeah.
So what do the colors mean to you? Do you have your color meanings?
For me, red's energy and power, and the orange is just a joyous sort of color. And
beautiful.
And yeah, and I did put the yellow in, which is again that light of being. Yeah.
So when you look at it, how does it make you feel? Not trying to decipher it or decide what it is, but just just gazing at it. How does it make you feel?
That there is an off center, but a center of light amongst different. It struck me as being mixed up, but that's in the mixed up stuff is that light. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. So to me also, it feels a little bit like with the mixed up piece stuff is all on the bottom. And then it kind of rises up and you've got these very defined rays.
Yeah.
So what if it's a symbol that, and especially if you look at it from the lens of this would be what's happening in 2022, that a lot of the things that are mixed up and confused now are going to become crystal clear for you. And you're going to shine like that diamond in the center with these points being not mixed up.
Yeah, great. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Beate or anyone else, do you see something in Rita's drawing that you'd like to point out?
I agree with what you said. This stands out for me as well. There's a little mess in the bottom of the paper, but then it gets clear. There's the center of this yellow, as I see it, and then the rays that go out. So this is, for me, it looks very transformative.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Amy, do you want to share yours or we are going to move into the close?
Absolutely.
Yay.
So let's see. Let's flip this baby around. All right. There we go. Okay. It is like so simple. We got black, and we got yellow. Whoa,
Okay.
it's doing weird things. There we go. Yellow. So black is stillness and integration and rest. And I'm like, this is like the ebb and the flow.
Mhm.
And then it's like, whew, I come down here and it almost feels like I just get grounded in the rest. Like it's just like an energy down. And then this is like, yellow for me is like steadfast energy. It's a little bit uncomfortable because I like to be like this.
Yeah.
Go rest, go rest, go rest, go rest, rest. And this is like steady growth and like bodied. Like I'm
Ooh.
doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
And I've been feeling that like this yellow to me symbolizes, okay, it's time to pull the trigger on the roses I want to buy. And like if like if I were to go all in on this, how much would I buy and what would I plant this season
Mhm.
to be where I want to be 3 years, 5 years from now? And it's not the amount that my soul wants to put in versus how much I feel comfortable putting in are not on the same level. And the really funny thing is, let's see if I can find it. So as I was cutting out flowers, I kept cutting out this little circle part and being like, oh, how annoying, how annoying, how annoying. Save 10% when you buy 3 of the same shrub. And I was like, oh, stop cutting you out.
Hint, hint, hint.
And I was like, oh, there is a deal if you buy in bulk. Okay. Also, the other thing that's feeling uncomfortable, but I'm being nudged to do is there's a wholesale option for buying roses
Mhm.
through David Austin. And, you know, it's so funny. It's like, oh, David Austin roses, but they're literally the most affordable roses.
Yes.
Like if you buy bare root online, it's $29. If I were to go down to the local nursery and buy a potted version of it, it's like $45, $50.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh, I'm buying all these David Austin roses. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm getting a bargain.
Yes, you are. You are becoming a real business. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, so it has me like really thinking in that regard, and that's how I see that yellow is like, okay, I want to step up into a real full-fledged business. That means I need to have a quantity of roses to do what I want to do.
Yeah. Now, from your picture, what I also got was, and I'm seeing everything through the lens of kind of where you're at right this minute and where you're moving into. And now that you've made this decision, it's like that frenetic at the top, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. That was before you'd made this decision.
Yeah.
Now you're like, okay, we're here, and the yellow begins to grow. The making of the decision has set the yellow on fire.
Yeah. Yep. And it's time to just go all in and just do it, even though it feels really scary.
I can't wait till we're all out looking for Amy Neal roses. There will be a catalog.
There will be a catalog. Yeah.
All right.
So that's where I'm at.
Good. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. So at this point, I'm going to invite you to consider your diamond while I close the Akashic records, and then I'll be right back with you. Beautiful friends, this has been wonderful. So I'm going to invite you, if you would like, to share your diamond. And we'll just, since everyone here is shared, you won't hurt your feelings if I call on you. So Rita, what is your diamond from today?
Light.
Beautiful. I love it. Phyllis.
I have a whole bunch of feeling words, and I think my diamond is I have a map to where I'm going, and I have this essence that I now have a better idea what I can put on my vision casting board.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Kathleen.
There's a lot.
Mhm.
I'll just say that all the chaos and the emotions and the everything was valuable and important to get me right where I am right now, and that it all comes with me through into the future, not as a burden but as a blessing,
Mm.
and helps me to be more empathic, and not empathic, that's not the word I want, more compassionate towards the chaos that others are experiencing right now in this world.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it just feels powerful and peaceful at the same time. So those are my
Oh,
diamonds, kind of rambling on there.
beautiful. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Amy, what's your diamond?
My diamond is similar to Phyllis. I have an exact vision of where I'm headed. And it's going to take getting a little uncomfortable to get there, but I know where I'm headed and I can do it.
You can. Oh, it's exciting. Biete.
It's the messages from my drawings, the energy that I have my vision casting already on the paper. I just love it. And
Yay.
the message that the deeper insight that came after that, it's really helpful.
Oh, beautiful. And those of you who are playing with the recording, we really encourage you and invite you to share your diamonds, share your intuitive art. If you'd like us to comment on what we see, please ask. We'll be happy to. But we would love to hear how you process through today. So as we're coming to a close, we need to return each other's energy because we have had fun mingling together. So any energy in your field that belongs to someone else, return it to sender with love and consciousness. Deep breath in. Any energy in your field that belongs to something else, we're going to release it to the universe and Mother Earth to be transmuted back into love. Deep breath in and release it. Now calling your energy home. Deep breath in. Seeing, sensing, feeling, pretending your energy's riding your breath back to your field. And again. Seeing, sensing, pretending even that your energy's settling right back where it belongs, filling you up. One more time. Ending in a hug. And letting that energy that's returned home know, I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So as we come back into our full bodies and back to life, life on planet Earth, be sure to drink plenty of water. Listen to your body. Coming fully back grounded, you may want to use some movement. I love to do the Luna skates with my arms. Oh, beautiful. This has been a gorgeously delightful day. So we want to thank all of those who have joined us here. All the guides, all of ourselves, our soul that joined us. Oh, that dear entity that came and joined us and took our pain. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to our sisters who have joined us here, who created this sacred space. Many blessings to each and every one of you. And it is with joy and delight that I declare our circle complete. Namaste, my friends.